Hello, friends. Welcome to our channel where you can master vocabulary while enjoying your favorite Hollywood blockbusters. I am Jack.
And I am Jill. Learning challenging words for exams like the GMAT, SAT, GRE, or your MBA program doesn't really have to be boring.
Imagine diving into iconic movie scenes. Think The Wolf of Wall Street for business jargon, The Great Gatsby for literary flair, or Interstellar for science terms, and uncovering advanced vocabulary naturally woven into gripping dialogues and unforgettable moments.
Today, we will learn vocabulary theme, finance, economics, and risk management through the movie The Big Short.
The Big Short is a drama comedy based on real events leading up to the 2008 global financial crisis. It follows a group of investors who foresee the collapse of the housing market due to unstable subprime loans. They decide to bet against the market, which is called as shorting, and face skepticism and ethical dilemmas along the way. This movie is a great choice for teaching GMAT vocabulary as it introduces critical financial and economic concepts like investments, market analysis, and risk management. The film combines technical language with witty dialogue, making advanced vocabulary engaging and memorable. Dr. Burry is meticulous in his research, scrutinizing thousands of loans to find patterns of default. He realizes that the housing market is built on volatile and unsustainable foundations, making a crash inevitable. Despite his findings, his investors are skeptical about his conclusions.
Let's look at the vocabulary we have learned. Meticulous. It means extremely careful and precise. The accountant was meticulous in reviewing the financial reports. Default. It means failure to meet a financial obligation. The bank foreclosed the property after the borrower defaulted on the loan. Volatile. It means likely to change rapidly and unpredictably. The stock market has been particularly volatile this year. Unsustainable. It means unable to be maintained at the current rate. Their spending habits are unsustainable in the long term. Skeptical. It means doubting or questioning the validity of something. The board was skeptical about the feasibility of the proposal.
Mark is perplexed by the complexity of CDOs, which seem designed to obfuscate the risks involved. He criticizes the opaque structure of financial products that prioritize profitability over transparency. His team begins to see the negligence of the banks.
Let's look at the vocabulary we have learned. Perplexed. It means confused or puzzled. She was perplexed by the contradictory instructions. Obfuscate. It means to deliberately make something unclear or confusing. The lawyer tried to obfuscate the facts to defend his client. Opaque. It means difficult to understand or not transparent. The contract's language was intentionally opaque. Profitability. It means the ability to generate profit. The company focused on improving profitability through cost-cutting. Negligence. It means failure to take proper care in doing something. The company was fined for negligence in workplace safety.
Mark and his team show prescience in recognizing the imminent crash. They see the investment as a lucrative opportunity, but worry about the ethical implications of profiting from others' losses. Despite their concerns, they proceed with calculated risk.
Let's look at the vocabulary we have learned. Prescience. It means the ability to predict the future. His prescience allowed him to avoid the economic downturn. Lucrative. It means producing a lot of profit. They started a lucrative business in renewable energy. Ethical. It means morally right or acceptable. The company prides itself on maintaining ethical business practices. Calculated. It means done with careful thought and planning. She took a calculated risk by investing in the startup.
They find neighborhoods full of foreclosed homes and meet a real estate agent who embodies the reckless lending practices of the time. The discrepancy between loan approval and repayment capacity becomes clear, highlighting the systemic flaws in the housing market.
Let's look at the vocabulary we have learned. Foreclosed. It means taken possession of because of failure to pay a loan. The bank foreclosed the property after repeated missed payments. Reckless. It means careless and irresponsible. His reckless decisions led to significant losses. Discrepancy. It means a difference or inconsistency. The auditor found a discrepancy in the financial statements. Systemic. It means affecting an entire system. The crisis was caused by systemic issues in the financial sector.
The team faces resistance from banks that dismiss their concerns as unsubstantiated. Mark sees their arrogance as a sign of complacency within the industry, further fueling his determination to expose the truth.
Let's look at the vocabulary we have learnt. Resistance. It means opposition or refusal to accept something. The team faced resistance to their new ideas. Unsubstantiated. It means lacking evidence or support. His claims were dismissed as unsubstantiated. Arrogance. It means an attitude of superiority. His arrogance alienated potential investors. Complacency. It means a sense of self-satisfaction with no desire to improve. Complacency can lead to stagnation in any industry.
As the crash unfolds, their investments yield exorbitant returns, but the team feels a sense of ambivalence. While they achieved vindication, they struggle with the catastrophic impact on ordinary people.
Let's look at the vocabulary we have learnt. Exorbitant. It means unreasonably high. The product's exorbitant price discouraged customers. Ambivalence. It means mixed feelings or contradictory emotions. She felt ambivalence about moving to a new city. Vindication. It means proof that someone or something is right. The results were a vindication of her hard work. Catastrophic. It means involving sudden and widespread damage. The hurricane had a catastrophic effect on the region.
Mark contemplates how greed and exploitation led to such a devastating outcome. He emphasizes the importance of transparency and regulation in preventing future crises.
Let's look at the vocabulary we have learnt. Exploitation. It means taking advantage of something or someone. The company was criticized for the exploitation of its workers. Devastating. It means causing great damage or harm. The report revealed the devastating impact of climate change. Transparency. It means openness and clarity in operations. The organization's transparency built trust with stakeholders. Regulation. It means rules designed to control behavior. The government introduced new regulations to improve safety.
As an inaugural offer, we are keeping our videos free.
For more such great free content, click on the link on your screen.